Hello Blooded, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing this look with the Best Mattes palette from Ellie, Starr, Brittany, Huffman, and BellaBeauteBar. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. I thought it would be fun to do a super colorful look with the Best Mattes palette from Ellie, Starr, and Brittany, Huffman, and BellaBeauteBar, which this palette just launched today. Today is June the 26th, and it is a palette that, as it says, Best Mattes. It's all matte, and the shades are beautiful, and I was just so excited to film with it. I've done a couple looks with it. I've posted one of them on Instagram. And then I did a purple one the other day, just real quick. But I wanted to do something super fun and colorful. How many times can I say that? For this look. So to start out, my lid is primed with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas and Fair. And I have the Cloudy with a Chance stencils and the mini stencils from Definition Beauty already on, because I wanted to do something super extra and fun. So I'm going to start out with the Makeup Shack T14 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade, the blue one right here. I don't know if they have any names, but it's this really pretty blue right here. I ordered the magnetic pan remover today and some of the shimmers. I was so excited. So I ordered those, and I'm really excited for them to get here. Alright, so with this blue and the T14 brush, I'm just going to start to kind of pat it along the stencil. Extend it outwards just a wee little bit. Now when I'm getting towards the stencil, I'm just really going to pat it. That way I don't lift it up, and that where it is will be nice and clean. And my eyeliner won't really turn different colors. So I'm just going to pat that on. This blue is so gorgeous. And the shades in here, like, I love them all. They're so pretty. But it's making me so ready for fall. Even though, like, I've been dreading fall since last fall. But this has me excited. So I'm going to take this really gorgeous kind of blue-green right here, a teal. And I'm going to add that into the outer corner of my eye. With the same brush, I just cleaned it off. I'm just going to start to pat it down and work it up towards the crease a little bit. And take it onto that blue. This shade is beautiful. I know I keep saying that these shades are beautiful, but they are also beautiful. And it makes my color-loving heart so excited to look at. Really just patting this shade down, packing it into the outer corner of my eye. And I really, really, really want to say a big thank you to Brittany and Ellie and BellaBeauteBar for sending this to me. Like, whenever y'all asked, I wanted to cry like the happiest of tears. Because I wasn't sure what y'all were talking about, if you're watching. On, like, y'all were talking, I think, using shades that you were like, shades are, like, super secret, you know. And I was like, ooh, curiosity. And then I found out what happened, like y'all were doing this together, and I was just so excited. Like, I'm so happy for y'all, and I want to thank you so much for sending it to me, because it is amazing, and I am already trying to plan more looks to do with it. Congratulations, big congratulations. Like, I've looked up to y'all's work for, like, as long as I can remember. I don't remember, like, exactly when I followed y'all, but, like, I've always just been so in love with y'all's work. Y'all inspire me so much, and I am so happy for y'all to have gotten to create a palette together. Ooh, pretty. And I feel like I'm doing everything backwards, but I'm just trying to remember how I did it on my other eye, because normally I film this one then do this one. But I was just like, no, I have other things I have to do later. So I'm not going to double film, because I was going to do like a video for TikTok. It's normally what I do, but I haven't been like keeping up with that as much as I probably should. I get on there every so often. Okay, so I'm just gonna get that blue nice and blended out with that really, really cutesy blue. And I'm just going to extend it a little bit because I'm going to blend that out with a pastel purple. And the pastels in this, I just have no words. So I'm going to take this like kind of green, kind of yellow. It's kind of like a dark yellow, I feel like. And I'm going to blend out the teal shade with it. With the same brush, I've just cleaned it off. This Makeup Shack T14 brush is amazing. So I'm going to start to pat that on. And I will take some more of that teal in a minute. I really just want to start to get my shape. Now I'm starting to do it a little bit differently from what I did on the other eye. But now that I've got it figured out, which is why I like to do this eye off camera, because I like to like plan how I'm going to work with the colors and whatnot. So I'm just going to pat this on. And I wasn't planning on using a sparkle, but I felt incomplete without sparkle, so I had to add some sparkles. Pat it on, pat it on. And I'm going to take it about halfway onto the lid. About like this. Just kind of blend these together. Back and forth. Very gently. And I'm cleaning that brush off and I'm going to go back into that teal shade. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Just kind of pat it. Kind of swipe gently back and forth with the brush upwards. Kind of wiggling the brush. Now I've done a look like this a couple weeks back, but I was really in a hurry because I had plans and I underestimated the amount of time that I'd already spent on doing clouds and stuff. So I wiped it off, but I took a picture of it before because I was like, I'm going back to this look eventually. And I was like, today's the day, except I've made it a lot more extra than it was when I wiped it off. So with that first blue shade, I'm just going to start to gently diffuse the teal and pack it over the stencil. Pat it down. Extend it a little bit. Get a little bit more of that teal. And just blend it ever so slightly with that dark yellow with the hint of green. So there is a more neon-y yellow and I'm just going to kind of pat that over top just a little bit and then kind of blend out that greenish yellow with it just a little. Let me show you, because the more neon looking shades, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. And then like you have the pastels, the purples. I've been seeing so many people repan it, like take them out and move the shades and stuff, and I'm kind of thinking I might do that. I think it's perfect how it is, but I also kind of like, since I love purple so much, I want purple to have its own little section in the palette, I think. I don't know. I've been kind of racking my brain there. So now what am I gonna do? I have forgotten. So I'm going to take this yellow and just kind of make it be the center of the lid. Just kind of swiping it on into the crease, onto the lid. And I'm going to clean that brush off. And I'm going to, oh, I have to show you one of my favorite shades. Like when I first used it, I was like, okay. This one right here. This one gives me like berry but sunset. Like you can do the most beautiful sunset blends with this. Like it's one of my favorites. So I'm gonna drop the little thingy. I'm gonna take that same brush, the Makeup Shack T14 brush, make sure that I have it good and cleaned off, and I'm gonna take that beautiful shade and I'm gonna start to work it onto that inner fourth of my lid. Kind of tap it up to that moon. And I'm going to take this orange right here. So I'm going to take that orange right where there is no pigment and just pop that right there between these gorgeous shades. Just swiping it over. When I get towards the stencil, I just I say drag it, but I'm not using hardly any pressure. I just don't want to lift the moon up. I'm about to be 2 Red Bulls deep. I need the stencils today. I'm going to go back into that gorgeous berry shade. Touch it up. Get a nice and seamless blender. Kind of dragging it over just a little bit. Ah, the blend. The blend. I love it. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that more neon yellow. Just kind of pat it right here to diffuse. Ever so gently. I really didn't think that this look was going to take me as long as it has, but honestly, it's been a lot of fun. I have been itching to do something like this for a minute and just haven't felt up to it or really had the time, so had to be a little creative. Things have just been so hectic lately. I'm taking this beautiful, before I even dip the brush in it, too late for that, but this right here, that beautiful purple, I am going to, the pastel purple. I'm going to diffuse the blue with it, just blend it out. But I feel like I've been really busy lately. I've been like spending more time with family, spending a lot of time with Artie because he's been being my little helper. Trying to get back in the swing of meal prepping. I've recently discovered lately that cooking kind of helps me when I'm stressed out, so I've been making more food because I had lost the motivation to cook really for like a while, and so my eating habits haven't been the greatest, so it just kind of feels nice to get back into wanting to cook. That used to be like my favorite thing to do. I'd be like taking my mom's cookbook every weekend and like, what am I gonna make now? Taking a little bit more of that blue. So like a year after my husband and I got together, I was in 10th grade and we'd go to his grandparents' house like just about every weekend, and I would take Mama's cookbook and like they pretty much let me learn how to cook in their kitchen, and they would always get like excited to see like, what am I gonna make next? What's Julie making this week? And that just really is memories that I love. Those are very nice memories. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that purple. Blend, blend, blend. And there is a very light teal, like a pastel teal, and I'm gonna pop that right here, blend it, and then I'm gonna take the pastel green, just pop that on. Nice little baby blenderoos, going back and forth between the light blue and the green, and then I'm gonna touch up the blue and a little bit of that teal. So today yesterday I was just plumb exhausted, so I went to sleep early. I fell asleep on the couch and was watching some true crime stuff and just like fell asleep, and I woke up at like 1:30 in the morning and was like, I need to go to sleep. So moved to bed. Woke up at 5 o'clock this morning to the biggest, loudest thunder I've ever heard. Like, woke me up. I was like, what is going on? Apparently, it was going to storm today. And that was funny. So, now it's trying to be sunny. I don't know. It's supposed to be really hot this week, and I'm kind of dreading it because it's supposed to be like well over 100. And while I can't stand to be cold, I don't like to be out in the Arkansas soup, especially in 100-degree weather. It's just like, ugh. So I'm going to take the pastel yellow. I'm going to take this pastel yellow to blend out the yellow. Back and forth. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of that more neon yellow and pat it to bring it back a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut what just happened out, but something just thudded my window and I'm pretty sure it's a bird. I hope it's okay. Scared me. So I'm going to take this orange right here by the pastel yellow to blend out the orange real quick. Just pop that on. And it is beautiful. Beautiful. Everything just blends so beautifully with this palette. This cutesy little pink right here is what I'm going to blend out this shade with. That's on the inner fourth of the lid. And then when I blend this shade out, I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to blend it out with this shade. There's so many sounds going on today. And it's like 2 p.m. Like, why? I mean, I guess that's prime time for sounds, but just caught me off guard. So with that pink, I'm just gonna blend out the berry shade. I will go back in to touch it up though. And once that's there, I'm gonna take the lightest pink, a little pastel pink. It's so cute. And now I'm going to touch up the berry shade. You know what song stuck in my head? I'm going to embarrass myself, but it's got that Space Girl song. I was like, Space Girl. Oh gosh, I'm going to hate myself for leaving that in. But it just is playing in my head. Touching up that pink. Okay, while my battery died in my camera, I decided that I was also gonna make a mess with my liner water. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I decided that I was gonna sharpen this up. I don't know why. I just looked at it and was like, let's sharpen it up. Anyway, with the dough color number 8 brush, I'm gonna take the off-white shade to soften this up. And I will go back into that pastel purple in a minute. Just want a nice and seamless and super soft blend. So I'm going to take the dough color T63 brush with that gorgeous pastel purple to bring it back, and it just really softened it up. I'm going to take a little bit more of that blue to bring it back. I love it. Just gonna touch up this yellow real quick. Just patting that shade down. And I'm gonna take a little bit more of that teal. Bring it back. Bring it back real gently. Okay. So I do want to add a little bit more of that gorgeous berry shade. So I'm just going to bring it up a little bit more. And I'm going to soften that blend with that light, cutesy pastel pink. Alright, I'm going to start to remove the stencils. Oh, so cute. I love Definition Beauty. So I am going to doodle. So I may do a voiceover bit, but I am going to use the Suva Beauty Hydro Liner in Space Panda, which is a white liner, and the Devault Beauty Lounge Mantra Liner, and it is a pastel yellow. And then, after I doodle, I'll tell you about the sparkles, because I like to talk about sparkles. I decided I wasn't going to write anything down. I was just going to come in and talk through this, because I was like, but I might not need to, but then I got to look and I was like, yeah, might as well. So, with my liner, I'm just filling in where I removed the stencil, and the trick with the Q-tip and the liner that's about to come up, Microsoft on Instagram, I believe that's their name. But did this technique, and I saw, and I was like, oh, I want to try that. So that's where I got that from. But I really just fill in the cloud, and then I let it dry, and then I take the shades, like the shades that it's on, I take that, and then like tap it over, and I'll get to that in a minute. I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I feel like that's just kind of how I always do. I just go in and fill in where I remove the stencils and get them all nice and shaped up. Now let's freehand some clouds. I like to do like little dots, and then like it's like it kind of, in my head I imagine it being like if you have a tattoo, you know how like when you're getting the tattoo and it's like like poking down, like that's how I like to do. It's just like do a couple of dots and then like do little pokes with the liner to extend it and everything and make it more like cloud shaped. So here is what I was talking about with the eyeshadow. The shade that I had down that I put the cloud on and got the liner to fill it in, I take that shade and then like tap it over so that way I can layer the clouds and kind of give them some more depth and dimension. I like to do that. I feel like it makes it look a little more put together. Here is the Q-tip technique, and I don't think that I did it right, but I also kind of liked it. Like it was fun. It was interesting. I felt like it gave a little something to the clouds. It's just like super quick and easy. And yeah, I felt like it really helped to layer the clouds very nicely. Add as many clouds or as few clouds as you would like. It's all up to you how much fun you want to make or how much fun you're having. If you want to have all the clouds, then fill your lids with clouds, because that's fun. I've done that before, and I want to do it again because I felt like it was a whole lot of fun, and I got some new liners. Okay, doing a little check here, got it even, and I'm just touching up this cloud, just kind of extending it, making sure I have it all nice and fluffy. And now I'm taking that liner brush and doodling some more clouds to kind of give some depth to it and kind of make it look like, oh yeah, right here. This is where I realized that I messed up, and I was so mad. Like, they're fixing to be the eye roll. It's the eye roll for me. I was so frustrated with myself. So I just went on. I let that dry. It's an easy fix. I let that dry, and I started to pack on the colors to make the clouds be more kind of seamless. Let that liner dry. Then I took a spoolie, and I scraped it off there very gently. And where I messed up, I just took the orange and went back over it to fix it, because at this point I was just like, oh my gosh, no, I've messed up. I was just like, am I really gonna have to redo this? But it was easy to fix. Just went and put the shade back over it and started to doodle more. But I think what I did was like I blinked, and when I blinked I messed up and touched it to my lid. But anyway, adding more clouds, connecting them closer to my lid and extending it outwards a little bit. Just having fun with it. Clouds are so much fun though. And now it's time to doodle some gleams. So I like to try to do like I feel like I explain it different every time, but I kind of do it like a V, like an upside down V, and I give it feet, and I make it pointier at the top, and then like extend the feet, and then while I extend the feet, I take them in, like I extend them out and then bring them inwards to do like a more pointy V, and just kind of fill them in, don't fill them in, whatever you feel like doing. I feel like they're a lot of fun to like not fill in. I feel like they look cool that way, but I also really love to like color them in. So I just kind of draw like an A kind of, or another way to do it is if you wanted to, you could just draw like a cross and then put a circle and then kind of like extend everything. It takes some practice. I've been doing these for about about a year and a few months or something like that, and I feel like they're easier now than they were when I first started doing them. And like, I always wanted to do them, but I told myself, oh no, I could never do that because I can't draw. Still can't draw, but I did make myself practice doing these, and with time, if you don't get the hang of it like right away, it takes time and you will get it, and it's a lot of fun. Another way that I felt like I kind of made myself get the hang of it was I would get a notepad and a pen and practice on a pen and paper. Like, I don't know, I was just determined. I was like, I want to do space makeup. So, that was how I learned. I asked my husband, I was like, how do you do this? And then I watched him draw, and I was like, I don't know how you did that. Like, I just watched you, but I'm gonna try. And it was a disaster. But I kept practicing on the paper, and then I would practice on my eye. Alright, so my camera cut off. I just finished doodling on the clouds and the gleams and the stars. And for the clouds, what I did was I pretty much kind of shaded them with the colors. It was over top to kind of be able to make it have that depth and dimensions. Or the depth and the dimensions. Why can I not word? Like, I had it, and then it was just like, it's coming out wrong. Anyway, so then I used these right here. They are from Manic Gems and my collection, the Spaced Out collection. These ones are the Manic Astro Pack. And I just felt like that'd be some nice little sparkles. And now I'm going to add Titania. Titania from Terra Moon's Cosmetics. It's so pretty. I feel like out of the iridescent ones, well, there's two iridescents really out of this one, and then Butterfly Nebula, which is like really, really pretty, and like kind of got the rainbow vibes, which I love. I've been using Butterfly Nebula a lot, but I feel like Titania I don't use as much as I use like Halo Stars, so I figured that I would use that for my lid because it matched the vibe to me, and I love it. I just love everything Terra Moons comes out with. So, taking it on my finger, running it down the center, and I just kind of cracked that liner, but it's okay. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm just gonna blend it with these shades. And this shifty, sparkly goodness is just amazing. And then with a clean finger that has no pigment, I'm just gonna like tap the edges of this to kind of blend it in a little bit. Sparkles, my favorite. I do want to do an all matte look though, but today I was just like, it's rainy, I need sparkles. So I'm gonna take this Cleona DF04 brush and Halo of Stars, and that's gonna be my inner corner sparkles. I told myself today I was just going to do all matte, but I woke up to rain, and that was my sign to do sparkles. And for my brow highlighter, I'm going to take Space Baby from Terra Moon's Cosmetics. It's so beautiful. It's like a purplish, greenish, iridescent, shifty goodness. It's one of my favorites to use as a highlighter, a brow highlighter, an inner corner highlighter, or all over the lid. It's just so pretty. This collection is live now. Earlier when I went to check out, one of the sparkles that I went to order was sold out, and I was just like excited because I was like, it's doing good, like that's exciting, I'm so happy. So if there are still things on the site and you want anything from this collection, from the Best Mattes collection, BellaBeauteBar and Ellie Starr and Brittany Huffman collaboration, then please go check them out. I highly recommend this palette. But without talking entirely too much, because I'm just kind of rambling right here, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I'm really excited about it. I also have like a rogue hair that I'm not thrilled about. I found it. Yes. Okay, it's nice to have that out of the way. But what do you think? I feel like the sparkles are nice, but really I have to just say that the Best Mattes palette is really just like amazing mattes, like really the best mattes. They're amazing. I cannot wait to do more looks with this palette. I love it so much. Congratulations to Bella Beauty Bar, Brittany Huffman, and Ellie Starr. I will have their Instagrams linked below. Thank y'all so much for sending me the palette, and I really just like cannot get over how amazing it is. I hope that this look is something that y'all find cute. And yeah, for my gloss, I do have to talk about this because this gloss smells amazing. It's one of my favorite smelling glosses. Like any of the glosses that I have used have just smelled phenomenal. But this is the Terra Moon's Cosmetics Eclipsing Lip Gloss. And it has like blue reflex and it's just so comfortable. It's not like, it doesn't have that sticky feeling. It's really, really nice and it smells like kind of like apple pie, but if you like to drink some adult beverages every once in a while, it really reminds me of the Jack Daniel's Winter Jack. Smells amazing, very comfortable. I love it so much, and yeah. I know this is not a lip gloss review, so I'm gonna kind of get past that, but this is a very nice gloss. My lashes are not super dramatic, but they are the Ardell Light as Air lashes because I did not want to hide the sparkle or the details or the blend or anything like that. I just kind of wanted the main focus to be the eyeshadow and the doodles and the sparkles and all that. But yeah, what do you want to see next? Please let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, so what do you think of this look? I'm rambling. I just am like all over the place. Today has been a very emotional day. I haven't listened to music a lot in the last 9 months, but I've kind of been like working myself into listening to music. And while I was doing my face, I was just kind of like jamming out to music, but it also like made me think. And then I called my mom, and me and my mom were talking and kind of got the big sad. So it's just kind of been a weird day, but that's kind of the part of the grieving process, you know, like I just gotta take it a day at a time. But anyway, without putting all that on y'all, because I hate to do that, but I also want to be upfront with everybody. Please let me know what you'd like to see next down in the comments below. If you'd like to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, I have all my social medias linked in the description box down below. And yeah, if there are any looks of mine that you've recreated, please use the hashtag slightly unblended, and I'm going to try to find a way to like include, I don't quite know how to edit, like, see you, like where my face is, like in any corner, I'm not sure how to put that there. I need to figure it out. But if you do recreate any of my looks and would like to be featured on my channel, then use the hashtag slightly unblended. I'm going to try to figure out how I can get you here or everywhere if there's plenty of tags. So like try to do that once I get it figured out. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye.